Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining Quality Insights for our Wise Women Patient Training Series. This workshop will discuss nutrition basics. My name is Courtney, and I will be your presenter. I have been a registered dietitian for 8 years, previously working with low-income communities to teach them healthy eating. To begin, let's start with the true basics. What is nutrition? According to the dictionary, nutrition is the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. Food is needed to continue living. It is something that affects our daily life and health. So what makes up our food? All food is made up of 6 smaller pieces separated in 2 groups, macro and micronutrients. Macronutrients consist of words we hear all the time: carbohydrates, protein, and fats. This is where we get our calories and our energy from. Micronutrients, on the other hand, do not provide calories, but are our vitamins and minerals as well as our water. All food has some or all of these items in them, even those foods that have been labeled as unhealthy. Now we will discuss each of our macronutrients to better understand them. We will start with what makes up most of the American diet: carbohydrates, better known as carbs. When most people hear carbs, they think of breads or rice and pasta, but many people do not realize it is also our fruits and vegetables, as well as more processed foods like our cakes and candies. As you can see, there are a wide variety of carbohydrates within our diet. They are our body's main source of energy for our muscles and brain to continue to work, and it is important that we vary the types of carbs that we eat daily to have a balanced diet. Our next macro is protein. Protein is often discussed in the media as a good food, but just like everything else, there is such thing as too much protein in our diet. In the United States, many Americans tend to eat more protein than necessary from meats such as chicken, pork, and beef. Other foods that provide protein are listed here on the slide. Protein is actually the building blocks of our cells and important for wound healing. Our final macronutrient is fat. For many years, the media has labeled fat as bad and a danger to our health. There are many types of fats. They have different effects on our heart and general health. Fats are needed for a balanced diet, though. When compared to carbs and protein, fats should make up a smaller portion of our diet as they contain more calories and can contribute to weight gain if overeaten. Just like our other 2 food groups, fats can be found in a variety of foods, some of which are labeled here in this slide. Fats help us to maintain our body temperature and protect our organs. Overall, if a source of fat is liquid at room temperature, such as olive oil, it is a healthier option. Next, we are going to shift from macro to micronutrients. Micronutrients are vitamins, minerals, and water. Vitamins and minerals, as discussed earlier, do not provide energy, but are nonetheless still necessary for our body's functioning. Both of these pieces help to keep even the smallest parts of our bodies, our cells, working as they should. Vitamins will always be listed on the nutrition facts label with the word vitamin and then a letter. They are broken down in either water or fat and are used by our body for growth. Minerals, on the other hand, work to keep our body whole and healthy and are things such as calcium and potassium. Lastly, our final micronutrient is water. Many people do not realize just how important water is to our health. Humans are almost 2/3 water and need it for our health and well-being. Proper water intake is needed for the body to work as well as possible, making it key that we drink enough hydrating drinks daily. Although there are many drinks available to us on the market, not all of them will help us remaining hydrated. In fact, drinks that contain alcohol or caffeine will actually cause dehydration. Besides water, decaffeinated teas and carbonated water, or also known as seltzers, are also good options. Okay, now that we have our true nutrition basics down, let's go bigger. The next topic that we will discuss is that of our 6 food groups. On this slide, you can see a list of each food food group, as well as a picture of how much each group should take up on our plates. This picture was made by the US government to help people understand proper portions for a healthy diet. One thing I do want to point out is that fat is not represented on the plate. Sources of fat shown on the previous slide should be used to help prepare food and not be a big portion of our meals. On this slide, we can see some examples of each food group. All food groups are needed for the macro and micronutrients that they provide in order to meet our body's needs. The next thing that I want to point out is that no food is wholly bad or wholly good. Some just need to be eaten less often and seen as a treat. For example, people are usually encouraged to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, but canned and frozen also have their place within a kitchen. So let's explore those. Fruits and vegetables both can be stored in different ways, including canned, frozen, and fresh. In the next few slides, we will explore the pros and cons of each. As a dietitian, I am well aware of the dislike of canned foods often received both from health experts and the media, but it is important that we look at both the good and not so good of some of these foods. On this slide, I have listed out some of the pros and cons of canned food. Canned food is a great option for people who are living on a budget or have limited fridge and freezer space. Because canned foods are shelf stable, meaning they do not need to be stored in a cold place, they do not need to be kept frozen and also require little to no cooking. However, canned foods do usually use salt or sugar to make them shelf stable. Later in this presentation, we will discuss the nutrition facts label and how to use it to make sure we are making the best possible choices for our health. The next group that we will discuss is frozen foods. Similar to canned foods, one of the major benefits of frozen produce is their longer life over fresh options. Because these foods are frozen right after being picked, they tend to have more nutritional value than canned and fresh options. Some frozen vegetables are even made for easy cooking within the packaging. There is one con, though, for frozen food, that is, it does require a freezer as well as a way to heat the frozen vegetables. Additionally, they can also be packaged with sauces, which add more calories that cannot be removed once cooked. Finally, we will discuss our final group, which is fresh produce. This type of produce is often the one pushed as the best option for everyone, often ignoring the best option is up to the individual. Because fresh produce is picked, washed, and shipped to stores, it tends to have the most crispness to it, an important factor to some people. Another plus can be that depending on the season, a wider variety of fruits and vegetables are available as fresh versus canned and frozen. Despite these benefits, fresh produce does also have some problems. Fresh produce tends to have the highest cost while also having the shortest life. As you can see, each option has their own benefits, and which option is best for you is a decision only you and your family can make. Just keep in mind that no matter which option you pick, eating fruits and vegetables is important for everyone's health. Finally, we will discuss the nutrition facts label and how to use it to help you in making healthy decisions when it comes to food. Any food except for fresh fruits and vegetables must come with a nutrition facts label. As of 2021, the nutrition facts label has been updated to make it easier to read. On the left, you can see the old compared to the new label on the right. The changes made to the new label are meant to help buyers focus on the most important information that can be found on the label. This picture highlights some of the most important changes and where buyers should be looking to help them pick foods that suit their dietary needs. The first two places that we want to look is the number of servings in a package, and then at the calories in that serving size. It is important to note here that the number of calories listed is not the entire package unless there is only one serving listed. For example, if a bag of pretzels has 3 servings and you eat the entire bag, the calories would need to be multiplied by 3 to get the actual amount of calories that you ate. Lower on the label, we want to look at both sodium and added sugars. Note that added sugars is new to the updated label. Both of these ingredients we want to limit to have a healthier overall diet. Diets high in both added sugar and salt can put us at a danger for obesity and poor heart health. So if we look at the example on the screen, there are 8 servings within the package of whatever we are eating. And for each of those servings, there is 230 calories. So if we were to eat every item in the bag, we would need to multiply that 230 by 8. Further down, we can see the total sugars, and then it says included added sugars. So for each serving within this bag, there's 10 grams of added sugars and 160 milligrams of sodium. This chart shows real-life examples of what a serving size may look like. This chart lists out some common foods, their serving size, and what would look like as real-life object. One thing I do want to point out, as we earlier discussed, was the overconsumption of protein within the American diet. If you look down to where on the right we see chicken and steak, a portion of protein is about the size of a deck of cards, meaning that most Americans are very much over-consuming protein in their daily diet. Lastly, I wanted to discuss some great programs that are available here in Delaware to assist you in being your healthiest self. These are Walk with Ease. This is sponsored by the Arthritis Foundation. This program encourages you to add more physical activity to your daily routine. The self-directed program includes a walking schedule and a guidebook, which is also available in Spanish. Healthy Heart Ambassador is designed for people with high blood pressure. This program teaches participants how to manage their condition. It provides free education around healthy eating and physical activity and offers a free blood pressure monitor to the participant. Health Coaching. The Wise Woman program offers free health coaching to participants. This service provides education and resources regarding physical activity, stress management, and healthy eating. The National Diabetes Prevention Program is for those people who are at risk for diabetes but have not yet been diagnosed with it. It provides group-based learning on physical activity and healthy eating, as well as a focus on weight loss strategy. And finally, the Delaware Quit Line. The Quit Line offers free telephone-based coaching and resources to help people quit smoking. Take the important step toward better health by quitting to use tobacco. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope this information was helpful, and our contact information is in the slide deck if you have any further question or need help with any other programs. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a good day.